welcome to my Silent Companion, the podcast where I explore the things that speak to us without words. I'm your host, Andrew. In today's episode, we will dive into the deep connection between music and emotion. We will discuss how music, especially the piano, has been a constant presence in my life. Stick around until the end for a special musical surprise, so stay tuned. Have you ever had something that felt like it truly understood you? Not because it was perfect, but because it was always there for you, through every moment. For me, that's my piano. It's not a grand and shiny instrument. In fact, it's old and worn. One of the keys is always a little off, and the edges are broken and chipped from years of use. But it's my constant companion through everything. Actually, it's not my piano, it's from my older sister, because my Lola bought her a piano years ago. I remember the first time I sat at that piano. I was 11 years old. I didn't really know how to play, but I felt this pull, this need to touch the keys. I always watched while my older sister played it before. At that time, I felt so alone, and yet somehow sitting there, pressing those ivory keys, it was like something inside of me began to settle. It wasn't just the sound, it was like the piano was speaking back to me. There was a conversation happening even though I couldn't find the words. As I got older, it became my way of dealing with everything. When I was sad, when I was confused, when I felt so empty, when I felt angry, when words didn't seem enough, I would sit at the piano and let my fingers move. There was no need to explain myself. The music would carry it all. There's one song I always come back to play. It's by Haruka Nakamura. It's called Better Day. It's one of his piano pieces. When I play it, it feels like I'm telling my story. The melody is so soft, a bit slow, but it holds so many emotions. It's like a mirror for me. Sometimes I play it quietly in my room, letting each note hang in the air, almost like I'm trying to hold onto a moment that's slipping away. It's funny, people always think of music as something that fills silence, but for me, it's been a way to understand my own silence. Every time I sit down, I feel like I'm getting to know myself just a little bit more. The piano doesn't judge, it just listens. And sometimes when I'm feeling lost or unsure, I go back to the piano. I press my fingers against the keys, and it's like I'm reminding myself that even if no one else understands, I always have this. And thank you for your listening to today's podcast.